Korean isometric MMO Lost Ark made waves when it came out a year ago, boasting over 1 million player counts on Steam charts after its release. And yet today, the game has been plunged deep into a nightmare. Over 98% of that initial player base has quit. Casuals have been forced out of the game due to the absurd homework mechanics that turn the game into a second job unless you paid to win. And the few hardcore players left in the game are slowly being choked out by a lack of variety in the content. All this has led to the game's development team, Smilegate, to nothing short of panic in the last month, as even their home turf of Korea is forsaking their all-star MMO. So, how did all of this happen? Well, first off, you probably saw this thumbnail and thought to yourself, complete developer panic? Clickbait much? So I really want to be perfectly clear that when I say panic, I mean fucking panic. The devs had to do various streams to try and calm down their audience, which were received so brutally that they had to make an apology stream for those, in a nigh unending cycle of apologizing for their bad apologies. And I mean it. As of today, Smilegate has made a bad emergency apology stream, to apologize about a bad emergency apology stream, to apologize for a bad emergency apology stream, to apologize for a bad LOA on stream that basically told all the players to get fucked and deal with the issues themselves when everybody expected them to fix the game's issues. I mean, for fuck's sake, Smilegate had to drag back in Gold River, the game's previous director, out of his needed medical absence in order to stop the players from rioting. Just imagine the guy in the hospital chilling and dealing with his medical problems, when out of a sudden, wake up bitch, cold midnight, the game is fucking dying and the players are gonna eat us alive. We need you back into whale hunting now. Huh? What do you mean? Western players always complain about pay to win. We're fine. No, you don't get it. This time the Korean players are pissed off too. Dear God. Leave it to me. And yet, despite bringing back the game's big rockstar director, he is also struggling to fix the user complaints. So, what are they? What the fuck happened to Lost Ark? Well, I should probably mention that the game is genuinely fun as hell, with great combat and class diversity, but has been dying a death by 1,000 cuts, with too many problems to list. But let's have a lightning round, shall we? The biggest complaint is infinite homework and chores turns the game to second job unless you swipe. Multiple of the game's dailies require you to do the same thing you just did again. The day of even a non-raider resumes to doing 12 chaos dungeons and 12 guardian raids on 6 different characters, then do your weeklies, then you do multiple UNA tasks per character. I mean, all of this shouldn't be a problem. What? Is that extreme gatekeeping? That's right, you naughty boy, if you don't do your homework, you don't get to play the newest content. Also, what about this little mechanic called Fions? That's right, developers put Texas in your MMO. Whee! I mean, at least the rewards are good. Look, for all your grinding, you get no new gear, no visual progression, no cool weapons with their own effects, but guess what? This power number in your character panel just went up by 1.5. Shit, that's not working. Quick, what do players really like? Ah yes, RNG on top of RNG, which gives any accessory you find 3 points of failure to make it functionally fucking worthless. Well, at least those players are having fun with varied builds, since there's more than 5 engravings that don't totally suck, right? The game has virtually no casual content besides homework. The game tells you when you can and can't play your own characters. The endgame raids give so much gold that hardcore players are incentivized to do them on every character as fast as possible until they have an aneurysm. Horizontal progression is actually quite vertical. Bots have pretty much been granted full citizenship at this point. Western players are treated like second-class citizens in comparison to Korea, always getting content late and in a worse state. The game has been having a content drought due to the launch of the Chinese servers, so they apologize to players by giving out a free bikini skin. Oh, typical. And finally, the coup de grace. Pay to win. Honestly, there's a whole new list of problems that arise from this alone. One of the biggest points of Gatekeep is a card system that makes you gamble for the right specific cards, which you have to earn multiple times each. And they literally can't fix this despite no one liking it, because they know the whales will riot if they take away something that they paid thousands of dollars to obtain. Then there's the fact that the game has to be a slow fucking crawl to progress through in order to force your hand into swiping. After all, otherwise you'd have no reason to pay up to have fun. Oh, and if you, Mr. Hardcore over there, think you can just no-life the game to be strong without paying, here's Siwo, a veteran with over 4,500 hours who just quit the game.
You know what? Yeah, it's pay to buy power, but you know, I'm just gonna do it in a different way. I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna no-life it, which I did. Now, that didn't really work out for me that well. Like, honestly, it didn't. My one best character in Lost Ark, I still get rejected for more than half of the groups that I apply to for endgame content.
The thing is, none of these issues killed the game, but all of them did. So, do I think the game can get better? Well, you know Battler's analogy about MMOs having a dick in the salad? Yeah. Smilegate will fix every problem but the ones that actually matter, because they are in large part caused by pay to win, their moneymaker. You're gonna have a seasoned and ornamented salad with all sorts of sauces, but at the end of the day, it's still gonna have a big fat dick in it. In conclusion, Lost Ark is a game that dug its own grave. Its own greed and chase of short-term rewards burned the overwhelming majority of people who played their game, and now is slowly choking off the few remaining in it. Despite the fact that the game is genuinely, seriously fucking good. But Lost Ark, much like games like Overwatch 2 and Warhammer 40k Darktide, has proven that a fun gameplay loop can be eroded and invalidated by a shitty overall user experience, when everything around that fun combat is asinine, tiresome garbage. I hope from the bottom of my heart it can recover. After all, the more competition, the better, and Lost Ark truly has its own niche in the MMO space that makes it genuinely unique. But honestly, being the jaded MMO goblin that I am, I doubt it. They can't fix any of the real problems with the game because it just pisses off the whales and the addicts, and thus the pay-to-win curse finally shows its ugliness, robbing this game out of the hope of getting better anytime soon. And thus I say with profound sorrow that Lost Ark is a nightmare. Say what you want, but this game deserved to be more than a cautionary tale.